Hi everyone, welcome to another session with a CLAT 2025 topper, and I'm just sure that this is going to be one of the most interesting interviews you would have ever seen because I know Armaan for a long time now. He was part of our LST Stars group. So, based on his performance, he became part of one of our special groups where we mentor the students. And it's always been fun. इंटरेक्टिंग हिम ऑन द टेलीग्राम। इसके अलावा जो क्लासेस होती थी उसमें भी सबसे ज्यादा क्वेश्चन अरमान के भी होते थे वहां पर, तो आई नो हिम वेरी वेल और मुझे पता है ये इंटरव्यू डेफिनेटली बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है। Allow me to introduce Armaan Khanna, who is AIR 93 CLAT 2025, and I'm sure he is headed towards National Law School, Bangalore. जैसे ही class 12 finish होगा, July में he'll be there, and he'll enjoy the traffic jam over there for sure. So, but before that, Armaan is currently in his class 12 and he is from Pathankot. He is studying in Montessori Cambridge School, MCS over there. And he has a very unique combination of subjects in his class 12. So not just humanities, maths भी है और भी सारे subjects हैं, तो मतलब very unique combination. तो मैंने बोला था कि बहुत interesting होने वाला है. So let's go ahead and begin the session with Armaan. Armaan, congratulations. This is a wonderful achievement. I know you always seem to take everything lightly, but I know तुमने बहुत मेहनत की है background में. So it's so we'll talk about your journey now. But I'll start with a very simple question because this is, I believe, is very important. What made you go for law as a career? क्या सोच के मतलब इसके तरफ बढ़े थे?
Thank you for the congrats, sir. So, when I began for law, this decision was taken in class 8th actually. So, I have been focused towards this line of work since class 8th. So, back in class 8th, my mother asked me that what stream will I take and what job will I do in the future. So, our method was that we'll round it out and then we'll eliminate all our choices that we do not like. Straight up, I do not have that much interest in science. Like I like science, but I dislike say what rote learning about science and preparing for a rat race like JE or NEET. So science was out of the options. Then about commerce, I was thinking that maybe I could take commerce, but then I didn't have much interest in economics that well, and I was unaware about accounts as well, so I didn't take it. Then I went for law because I am a voracious speaker. I like to speak. I'm very vociferous, and law allows me to speak a lot. I can argue in court. I can basically set precedents if suppose I am fighting a case in the Supreme Court or anything. So that's how I basically chose law. It wasn't too much of a difficult decision because ultimately my choices and my nature is aligned with what law demands.
Great. तो CLAT की preparation कब start की? When did you start the preparation for
The
the CLAT?
CLAT prep, it should be around 10th, yes. So 10th end, my mother basically decided that we have to now see that CLAT is a means to do law. We can join law colleges and national law universities through CLAT. So we tried to discover and explore some coachings. First, we thought about some other coachings in Delhi as well. Eventually, we finalized on Career Launcher because we found it suited our needs, and the teachers were also good in the main CP center, the Connaught Place Center.
Okay, so you started your journey with us in your class 11. जैसे ही तुम class 11th में आए थे, so that's a different
Morning,
story.
actually, it should be 10th, class 10th actually.
Okay, so हाँ वो खत्म होते ही तुमने ज्वाइन किया। मुझे एक बात बताओ, सीरियस प्रिपरेशन कब से स्टार्ट किया था?
Okay, serious preparation. पूरी जर्नी सर 1.5 years की रही है. फर्स्ट 6 months तो मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया, जस्ट क्लास अटेंड की, वर्कशीट्स की एंड ऑल. देन उसके बाद 1 year है, सो लाइक जनवरी 3rd और 4th के आसपास आई नॉक सम सेंस इनटू माय सेल्फ एंड मैंने खुद को बोला, आई टोल्ड माय सेल्फ कि अरमान 1 year is left, you have to do CLAT, focus. So that's what I did. My prep began, actual like serious prep began near the end of 11th, so January of this year basically.
Okay, I know बहुत एडवाइस मैंने भी दिया, सिद्धार्थ सर भी नहीं दिया, आई थिंक स्वास्थी मैम ने भी इसके बारे में बात की। हम लोग तो बहुत फ्रिक्वेंटली एलएसटी स्टार्स पे मिलते थे, बात करते थे, जीके सेशंस में भी हमने बात किया है। बट एक चीज मैं जानता हूँ डेफिनेटली फॉर श्योर कि तुम्हारा सोशल मीडिया एडिक्शन तो गया नहीं था। तो टाइम कैसे मैनेज करते थे प्रिपरेशन के लिए?
Okay. Uh, Ultimately, if I had to say preparation and time management, it's basically consistency. 17 घंटे पढ़ के कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला. You see people who prepare JEE, they prepare for UPSC. They say it's my 17th year, so I'll prepare for 17 hours. It's my 18th year, I'll prepare for 18 hours. CLAT is not that type of an exam where you can prepare this much and expect that you will automatically do well. It's basically CLAT demands smart preparation instead of just pure simple hard work. Because even in JEE or NEET, you can do hard work. You can basically, if I have to say, then grind it out. You can memorize stuff. You have to memorize formulas. Then you have to memorize some facts and all. Even in UPSC, you have to memorize dance, culture, art, history, etc., etc. But CLAT is very dynamic in its nature. So about 3 to 4 hours of prep, or max to max, if I have to say, 6 to 7 hours is enough. And about social media, it's very easy. So I treat social media as a beast. It's a hungry animal. Now I can either go cold turkey and quit social media and then struggle for about 30 days and eventually get back to social media. Or I can, what I did was basically, this is what I did, that I managed my time and divided whatever stuff I had to do and how much time I'll take. So I did about 1.5 hours of study, scrolled social media for 45 minutes, again 1.5 hours of study, scroll social media. I am active on every single social media, including Instagram, Reddit, Snapchat, Twitter, Blue Sky, everything. It's ultimately consistency. We can't expect that first we begin and then we prepare for say 5 6 hours, the next day we do absolutely nothing, and then the next day we do 6 7 hours of work. Then so it can't go in a zigzag, it has to be a straight line.
And now you are catching up with all the movies which you could not see earlier.
Yes. So even in terms of movie, I basically have a list of movies and TV shows I have to watch. I haven't watched those ultimately, because even on social media we see that there are such good films available. There are such good TV series available. There are web series available as well. I have to watch all of those.
Great. Okay, so you spoke about some 5 to 6 hours you are putting up on a particular day actually. So कैन यू हेल्प अस अंडरस्टैंड कि मतलब वो कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते थे कि किस सब्जेक्ट को कितना टाइम देना है, और एनी पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट व्हिच शुड रिक्वायर माय अटेंशन फॉर द वीक एंड मे बी समथिंग लेटर, किस तरीके से डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया उसको?
Okay, so ultimately, before I say anything, I would like to say that I am a voracious reader. I have read like about 200 plus books, I think, in my life, and that habit has started from class third actually. So I've been reading and I know my English very well. I know English like the back of my hand. So if I have to divide, I say GK I took about 2 hours. English and logical reasoning combined took about 2 hours. Then quant took about 45 minutes. Whatever remaining time was there spent on legal.
Great. So one of the reasons you were part of the stars group was definitely that you were performing really well in the
Mock
mocks.
scores.
You are very sincere with the mocks, so that was one of the reasons definitely you became part of the LST stars group. That was the eligibility criteria. So today, when you have gone achieved this, क्या लगता है कि how important a role the mocks played in your preparation journey?
Mocks are actually very important because mocks give us that focus that yes, we are preparing. Second of all, mocks actually give us a structure to work upon. We know the pattern and we get questions, so we are basically told to get into that mode of writing an exam. Then also mocks actually offer an insight as to which section are we good in, which section do we have to work on. And without mocks, I don't think it would have really been possible.
So when you started writing the mocks, that was around January itself in 2024.
Yeah,
When you
January
started,
1st month. Yeah.
yeah. So when you started writing the mocks, so उसके पहले क्या लगा था कि मतलब कौन सा एरिया है जिसपे मुझे ज्यादा काम करना चाहिए, and then you realize through the mock, okay, this is the area probably I should work more.
Before I gave mocks, I actually first gave CLAT 2024 paper. So last year's paper as a mock, I performed really well in logical reasoning, really performed well in legal reasoning. My RC was down and my GK was mediocre and quant was also mediocre. So like if there are 10 questions, so I was getting like 6, 7 marks in quant. So I knew that I have to work on my legal a little bit more. GK I have to prepare a hell lot. English I have to prepare, but I can manage because my logical was good. So in CLAT 24, so I knew that English would be manageable. And quant, I knew that it's mostly just calculation and stuff. I have to practice more. I'll crack quant. So because I have maths, so I know how hard and or how easy maths can be.
तो when you wrote the mock, उसके बाद फिर analysis किस तरीके से करते थे? What were the aspects you were looking for yourself?
Mock करते sir, I realized that logical is basically gone. My CR section became one of the most frustrating sections because I wasn't able to move past. The scores were stagnated somewhere between 15 to 17. Same for RC, 17 to 20 max. I couldn't get past that 20 threshold for RC and 17 or 18 threshold in CR. Legal apparently went really well. GK also went really well. I'm getting 24 plus, then even 28 in some mocks. Quant also at start it was somewhat mediocre. Then the scores increased and I was getting around 9, 10 each mock.
अच्छा,
Ultimately, in
GK,
the first mock which I analyzed, I basically what my analysis is very simple. Just go to the incorrect questions, count them, how many I got incorrect. GK is basically direct. You get anything wrong in GK, we already know the answer then, because it's clear cut. It cannot be A, then it has to be B, and something like that. English and LR, what I did was I tried to think why this answer was correct or why my answer was wrong. What aspect did I miss? That's actually a trick I used in ALET this year, that I had to eliminate. Humans are good at pointing out errors and not really being constructive. So what I did was I found out faults in those options and then choose the correct answer. This is known as the trick of elimination.
तो मैं बोला था ना ये इंटरव्यू बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होगा because you can bring a whole lot of new dimensions to what others says actually. जीके की बात उठाई है तो जीके की बात करते हैं. You are part of every GK session. तुमने कभी miss नहीं किया. I remember you would be part of every session at 9 which I used to do. But self study जब कर रहे थे GK की, how would you manage that? What were your resources? कैसे manage कर रहे थे उसको?
GK, what I did was I read newspaper. So there was this clash if I have to read the Hindu or do I need to read the Indian Express. I ultimately settled on Indian Express. Simply, it's a personal opinion, but I felt the quality of writing was very good in Indian Express, and it had less politically charged sections compared to the Hindu. So I chose Indian Express. Read every like page. The most important pages is first page, second page, explained, world news, and sports. These are the 5 pages that are required to be read. Rest everything is either advertisement or state news, which is not asked in CLAT really. Other sources, what I used was I went online, researched, and covered the depth of topics. A certain depth and a certain limit is to be required because CLAT asks a lot of background info as well. Like even in last year's paper, when October 7 attack happened in Israel, they asked what was the first intifada. Then they asked which war does this conflict refer. So I remember also scrolling on social media, and someone mentioned that it resembles the Yom Kippur War. So and that was the same question that was asked in CLAT 24. So this is the benefit of social media. You can actually get a lot of diverse opinions and you can cover a lot of topics, especially Reddit. Instagram, I'm not really knowing about Instagram much, but I do know about Reddit, and we can search topics and we can get good insights into the background info for all these topics as well. This
So
was basically that. I didn't like take notes or anything. It was just consistency because I don't feel like writing only in career launcher or for that matter any coaching. They're all providing compendium. Just read them 5 6 times. It's done.
great. I told you guys, so this is going to be fun because he has reasons to go to the social media, but that's good, Arman, because you were constructively using it actually to your benefit. And I think if you're there, that's how you should be doing it actually. Uh, I know ups and downs होते हैं in the preparation, and that happened with you as well. कभी मॉक थोड़े स्कोर्स लो हो गए, तो कैसे वापस बाउंस बैक किया, वो मोटिवेशन वापस कैसे लेकर के आए?
Okay. The first tip I would give about mocks to anyone here is basically that we do not have to take mocks too seriously. We don't have to take mocks to our heart. If we score low in mocks, we shouldn't get sad or depressed that, oh my god, we are scoring this low. And vice versa as well. So it shouldn't be that if you get, say, 90 or 100, then you shouldn't get overexcited and then quit prep for the next because you know you did well. So that's not the way to go. It's all the key is consistency only. Regarding this, so my marks were relatively stable. I didn't fall too much, but it's basically my attitude that I simply didn't care if my scores were low. I just said, okay, this mock went bad. Okay, I have to see where I went wrong. This has happened. This is an incident. I'll try to work harder next time. And then I get good scores in mock. It was basically a zigzag. So it first went high, then low, then high, then low, then high, then low. This is what was happening in mocks.
Okay. So now that you are still in class 12th, you have your board exams coming up. So with the results now announced, कितना focus shift हो गया है class 12 के, और अभी you want to enjoy basking the achievement for some time?
1 week I'll enjoy. मतलब जो skip करा था सर, जो भी मतलब चीजें नहीं कर पाया, I'll cover them all. मैं उसके बाद I'll focus. In fact, टुडे ओनली मेरा फिर से कोचिंग स्टार्ट हो जाएगी वापस से, जो भी स्कूल के एंड ऑल थे. आई वाज मैनेजिंग स्कूल विद माय क्लैट प्रेप एक्चुअली, सो इट वाजंट लाइक आई फोकस टू मच ऑन स्कूल. इट वाजंट लाइक आई फोकस टू मच ऑन क्लैट. इट वाज अ वेरी बैलेंस्ड अप्रोच. आई वाज डूइंग माय क्लासेस फॉर स्कूल एंड क्लैट एज वेल.
एक बार तुम्हारे कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ सब्जेक्ट्स की बात करते हैं क्लास 12 की. सो व्हाट इज योर कॉम्बिनेशन? आई बिलीव यू हैव फॉलोड एनईपी टू द कोर. एनईपी जो बोलता है ना, कोई स्ट्रीम नहीं होगा, तुमने उसको बिल्कुल फॉलो किया. सो व्हाट इज योर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ सब्जेक्ट्स?
My combination might seem funny to a lot many people. So I have English, painting, maths, political science, economics, and computer science. So this is a weird mix, and it had some background as to why I chose it. The reason was, if CLAT doesn't happen, I have economics and maths. I can write the paper for Indian Statistical Institute, maybe do BA Eco Honors and get a statistical job or something. I have I had made backup plans before my backup plans.
Okay, so the reason, guys, I asked this question to Armaan because I knew about his combination of subject, but that while he may not tell us, but I know this is it's all about what you enjoy. Basically, the subjects you really love, actually. And when you are actually preparing for an exam like CLAT or an ALT or any other examination, which has no requirement of any particular background, law being a completely stream agnostic area, I think you should always choose subjects which will be the ones which you really love to study, and that will also help you take away that pressure when you are in classes 11th and 12th. So I think that's a good learning which we can have from Armaan. But yes, I think NEP implement होते ही इसने एक सबसे अच्छा decision ये ले लिया था. Okay,
Even the
so
choices as well. So the reason I chose this was also because now I really am interested in political science, and this I basically am getting a variety of information. So that's actually very good for CLAT, because CLAT also has a variety of information. Even in case of history, I actually really like history, but I couldn't really study or memorize the dates and stuff for and the long answers, 8 mark answers for history. So I didn't take history, but I still sit in the history class, and that actually benefited me. So CLAT 25 basically had the civil disobedience passage in their GK section, and class 12th history has a chapter on Gandhiji, and I was sitting through that chapter, so I basically knew every single answer. Because I was sitting in that history class, we covered civil disobedience and non-cooperation, and then the same thing was asked in CLAT 25.
It was actually picked up from NCRT. They have
Yeah,
mentioned that.
they picked it from class 10th of NCRT.
Yeah, so so definitely I'm sure जितने भी सीबीएसई स्टूडेंट्स होंगे जो हिस्ट्री पढ़ रहे होंगे उनको थोड़ा बेनिफिट तो डेफिनेटली इसकी वजह से मिला होगा इस पर्टिकुलर पैसेज में for sure. Armaan, it's great, I would say, interacting with you, and मुझे पता था एक different वो लेकर के आओगे तुम यहाँ पर. अभी क्या चल रहा है लाइफ में? So how are you, like अभी celebrations कितने दिन की प्लान है?
Results came out on 7th. 8th I gave the paper. I am expecting ALET results should come out by tomorrow. If tomorrow we'll see if how the ALET result goes, and this break will basically go about till 18th. Yeah, 18th should be fine. So 18th of December will be my last break, and then we'll focus to 12.
Focus on class 12. Great. Wonderful interacting with you, Armaan. So before we close this session, I would like your word of advice for all the future aspirants. उनके लिए क्या कहना चाहोगे कि कैसे उनको पढ़ना चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए, किस तरीके से बैलेंस करेंगे, उनके लिए तुम्हारा एडवाइस क्या है? Because you have already achieved that.
This is a slightly tricky question, but if I have to say was, be mindful of your time, stay consistent, do not take mocks too hard. They are basically, it's a mock, it's basically a preparation. You don't have to take it too hard. If you're not getting good scores, it doesn't mean you have to just focus on your all your topics, all your sections. You'll eventually improve. It takes time to improve. And manage our time effectively. You don't nobody needs to quit social media or go to cold turkey on anything. We can live our life normally. I use all the social media. I used Reddit, Instagram, talked to friends, visited, watched movies in during the prep, then also had fun, played video games. Everything was done, but because I had consistency, so I found it easy.
That's great. That's great. So, in fact, I would say that the learning which we can have is definitely go enjoy your preparation actually, and
Yes.
definitely enjoying the examination, which I have always been talking about actually. मैंने हमेशा बोला कि एग्जाम को जाकर के एंजॉय करो, तो एग्जाम के साथ साथ प्रेप जर्नी एंजॉय करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Thank you so much, Armaan, for joining in, and I also take this opportunity to wish you all the best. And so, class 12 भी definitely अच्छा करके आओगे, and we'll definitely do more sessions with you in coming days. Actually, coming time में हम लोग और sessions करेंगे. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir.